presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner and official military branch of the MHSAA. My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And Snethkamp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, serving Metro Detroit since 1926. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your home for high school sports. 17 years and counting. Welcome back to State Champs. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University for the 10th straight year, designated one of the best universities in the Midwest. No longer one of the best kept secrets. Visit Lawrence Tech at ltu.edu. My name is Lauren Plant, and we've got a fantastic show today.
I'm Jenna Skalski, and what we do best is giving you some great highlights from a variety of high school sports. We had regionals going this week in girls golf and boys tennis, so that's coming up, as well as boys soccer and a ton of football.
All right, let's get to it.
I'm Kevin Trozinski, and right here is a crucial game in the PSL. The home team, Renaissance, defeated Cass Tech last week 25-20. The away team, Mumford, could not contain the Technicians 2 weeks ago. To the gridiron we go. After trading a pair of interceptions, Mumford would strike first with a minute to go in the first. Mustangs QB Tyler Knowlton using his arm to connect with Kamahe Darden. 2 hands on the ball. Mumford leads 6-0. With 4 minutes left in the half, the Mustangs drove down the field and they would add more to the board courtesy of the QB keeper. Knowlton goes in untouched. Mumford leads 12-zip. Just before the half, Renaissance would answer off the toss to junior running back Justin Whitehorn. Momentum turning towards the Phoenix way, down by 5 headed into the locker room. To the fourth now. Big play alert. Senior QB Raquan Beal immediately spots junior wideout Darnell Adams wide open. The catch in stride, 75 yards to pay dirt. Renaissance takes the lead 14-12. Less than 30 ticks left in the game. Mumford on the Phoenix goal line. Tyler Knowlton punches his way into the end zone. Mustangs take the late lead 18-14. One last chance for the Phoenix. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Ball game. Tyree Hurd seals the deal for Mumford as they defeat Renaissance 18-14, the final.
LP here as we go down to Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University as currently unranked 3-3 De La Salle welcoming in our 8th ranked team in the state, undefeated Davison. Second straight year they brought a 6-0 record into a matchup with the Pilots. Good defensive battle early, so we fast forward to a scoreless second quarter. De La Salle, the junior Brett Stanley finds the edge, and the paint went for 2 and got it 8-0. De La Salle back with the ball just shy of Davison territory, but Stanley gets the rock again. Spinorama out the chute. Pilots botched the PAT snap, but scored the conversion anyway. Got a field goal before the end of the half. 19-0 lead into the break. Davison came in with perhaps the hottest quarterback in the state, Mr. Football candidate Brendan Sullivan. Finding Peyton Pizzala on the sideline, treks it to the 20. But the De La Salle defense stepped up time after time, and it was just this kind of night for Sully. 4 interceptions by game's end, including here in the end zone by Tyler Gerling. The Pilot offense wasn't done quite yet as they turned to the leg of kicker Daniel Hepler, kicked a 32 and a 39-yard field goal, punted extremely well. De La Salle spoils Davison's undefeated run, improves to 4-3 to keep their playoff hopes alive.
I'm Jake Vanderbrook from the Northeast Michigan area. Let's start you out in Alpena as the Wildcats hosted the Traverse City Central Trojans in a Big North Conference showdown.
Things got rough for the Wildcats early in this one as Jordan Schultz is going to cough up the football, and the 6-foot senior Kyle Anderson gets an early Christmas present. Still in the first quarter, Ryan Bolt's pump fakes. He's going to take a shot deep down the field in double coverage, and this ball would be intercepted by Carson Bardo. And that turnover is going to lead to points as Josh Burnham would punch this in for a 1-yard touchdown. That would put the Trojans up 14-0 at the half. And to top it all off, Austin Bills is going to run it up the gut for 6 more. The Trojans all over the Wildcats in this one as they win by a score of 43-7.
I'm Jeremy Otto, and we head to the west side of the state for a Division II boys tennis regional held at Grand Rapids Forest Hills Northern High School. Every match in this regional was between number 2 Forest Hills Northern and number 5 Forest Hills Central. We start with number 1 singles as Peter Ranucci of Northern took on Sammy Yin. The junior Ranucci took the first set 6-4, and this was the battle in the second set. After a good back and forth volley, Ranucci in the near court with a nice drop shot for the winner, as he would go on to win in straight sets. We move now to 1 doubles, and the duo of Nab Domaya and Jeff Consola would take care of business in their match, winning in straight sets as well, 6-1, 6-4. But back comes FH Central in 2 singles. Nick Soljan in the far court take on Ryan Lee, and Nick with the crisp backhanded winner. He would take the match 6-love, 6-love. But it would be too much Northern on this afternoon. In 4 singles, the sophomore Owen Goodrich in the far court taking on Chris Shane. Goodrich with a drop shot that Shane can't get to. He would go on to win 6-2, 6-2. As Forest Hills Northern takes the regional title, Central also qualifies for states next weekend.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report, brought to you by My Student Aid. The Illinois Fighting Illini offered one of the best young players in the state of Michigan this week. That's Detroit King freshman quarterback Dante Moore. Moore entered high school already holding several scholarship offers, including one from Michigan, but his play during the fall as varsity starter has led several schools to offer, including West Virginia and now the Fighting Illini. Sticking in the city of Detroit, Detroit Cass Tech junior defensive tackle Duran Ray picked up an offer from the Toledo Rockets, a school that has been prioritizing the state of Michigan in recruiting. Ray had a good summer and used his 6'3", 260-pound frame and athleticism to earn offers from several schools, including a Big 12 opportunity from Iowa State. His play as a junior has now led to several new offers, including the Rockets. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
The Recruit Report is brought to you by My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Go to michigan.gov/MIStudentAid for more information.
Hey Michiganders, you know how we do football here in the Mitten. Not only do we love it, we live it. High school football is all-consuming, and we have your post-game Friday night fix. If you're not watching our State Champs Extra Point live podcast, you're missing out on the previews, the insights, the analysis, the scores. We have it all. We're live every Friday night at 10:30 p.m. on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. All you guys have to do is subscribe to keep up with every single episode. And if we don't catch you here under the Friday night lights, we'll see you online.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships, like this one, at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique, hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
The greatest honor a high school senior student athlete can earn, Detroit Athletic Club's Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back, like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male, 6 female nominees earn $1,000 in scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at a red carpet gala in downtown Detroit. Nominations accepted now. Download the application, dacathleteoftheyear.com.
Hungry Howie's wants to thank you. Yes, you, how long can I stay on this couch guy? Super Dad who prevented birthday disaster. And the late night study group that ordered 17 pizzas. Thank you to the Holy Moly Did You See That fans. And thank you, Whole Slice and One Bite Kid. Because for every pizza sold in October, we make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And together we've raised nearly $3 million just by doing what you love. Hungry? Howie's.
More football action now as we head to 5-1 Walled Lake Western, hosting 6-0 South Lyon in a battle for first place in the Lakes Valley Conference. Midway through the first, Walled Lake Western faced with a 4th and 5. It was all about the Mr. Football candidates on this play. First it's Zach Trainer, floats one over the middle for Abdul Rahman Yassin, who stretches to make the catch, takes it to the sideline and to the house to put Walled Lake Western up a score. They held a 7-0 lead through the end of the first. early stages of the second quarter. Zach Trainer now out with an injury, and the Warriors forced to go to backup. Jonathan Abley airs it out and finds Yassine, who crosses the goal line again to complete a 23-yard pass play. Western 14, South Lyon 0. South Lyon looking to get on the board. Senior QB Connor Fracassi leading the offense here, sells a fake and takes it for himself for the 2-yard tally. Western would take a 21-7 lead into the halftime break. To the fourth we go now. Under 5 minutes left. Abley sends it short to CJ Brown, who ducks past the defender and finds nothing but free space in front of him with a 34-yard touchdown. Warriors advance to 6-1 in the season with a 40-10 victory.
It was rivalry night in the Tri-Valley Central. I'm Greg Molson with Freeland playing at Swan Valley, and it's the Vikings who come out smoking. On their very first offensive play of the game, Avery Goldensoft goes deep to Easton Goldensoft. And that set up their first touchdown 2 plays later. And it set the tone for the rest of the game. Goldensoft connecting with Ethan Champney for Swan Valley's next 2 touchdowns. This one is good for 64 yards to make it 21-0. Andrew Russo then takes over on the ground. He will not be denied for the 13-yard run. Swan Valley up 31-0 at halftime. Russo adds a 35-yard score in the second half as the Vikings cruise to a 45-6 rout. Both teams now 5-2, one more win away from the playoffs.
I'm Chuck Pellerito. Let's head to Memorial Stadium for this week's rival series. The Port Huron Big Reds taking on the Port Huron Northern Huskies. First quarter, Big Reds quarterback Phil McKay hits Dawson Leffler for a 31-yard touchdown pass to put PH up early 7-0. Skip ahead, start of the fourth. PH up 19-14. Huskies quarterback Seth Kling finds Nick Platzer in the flat. He turns it upfield and goes 38 yards, putting Northern up 21-19. 5 minutes later, Klink drops back. This time, he finds James DeLong in the flat. Stop and go leaves his man in the dust. Huskies go on to win 29-26. For extended highlights, be sure to check us out on Facebook and YouTube.
I'm Kevin Trozinski, and we go to Sloan Field in Brighton for this district first-round matchup in boys soccer. Brighton and Detroit Catholic Central, both ranked in the top 10 in D1. Brighton had a great season this year, only dropping 4 games. Check out this. Senior Logan Blackford with a nice spin move, but the shot right into the arms of junior keeper John Browning. Game is scoreless with 23 minutes left in the first half. 1 minute later, off the throw and for the Shamrocks, Hunter Muzzo with the sailing shot, just over the crossbar for the senior, and we had a scoreless game at the break. With a minute to go in regulation, Brighton looks to end the game here. The shot, just wide of the net. Josh Adam upset he did not bury the ball. Free soccer coming up as we needed overtime to figure this one out. With 2 minutes left in extra time, Brighton having trouble clearing the ball. Junior Jack Luker feeds it back to Vincent Stockton. The sophomore puts it into the back of the net. Huge goal. The only goal of the game as Detroit Catholic Central holds all Brighton in the first round of the playoffs. Your final score, 1-0.
Today we'd like to take a look at an important rules change for this year in soccer. There's a change to high school rules nationally this year designed to curb gamesmanship by a team leading a contest toward the end of a game. In the last 5 minutes of regulation, or the last 5 minutes of the second part of overtime, a rules change this year will stop the clock when that team makes a substitution. The clock will stop even if the team that is trailing makes a substitution at the same time. This is the same as the NCAA rule and aims to prevent teams from making multiple substitutions in the closing moments of a game as a way to protect their lead by running time off the clock. To keep up with all things soccer, visit our website at mhsaa.com.
State Champs is the original high school sports show, and State Champs Sports Network is always on, 24/7, delivering the content you want on the platform you choose. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and StateChampsNetwork.com. Coming in 2020, the State Champs app.
Donovan Edwards bullies his way through this crowd of Highlanders.
State Champs Sports Network is always on. Follow, like, subscribe, and share.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class size at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
The ones who wake up every morning ready to take on the world. The ones who push their limits to be better than the rest. You're looking to join a team of leaders who want to be challenged. You want to be pushed to your limits. You value freedom and think you have what it takes. The ones with speed, strength, intellect, and determination. Michigan Army National Guard. We see you.
State Champs High School Sports Show is Mid-Michigan's home for high school football. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
I'm Jason Hutton from the West Michigan area. Big game in the OK Red as Rockford hosted Hudsonville. First place on the line. And on a rainy, wet night, the snap goes over the Eagles' punter's head, and the Rams take over at the 4-yard line. Quarterback Chris Corey sneaks it in from a yard out, and Rockford takes a 7-0 lead. But the Rams would have punting troubles of their own. Braden Vredeveld breaks through and blocks the punt for Hudsonville. Alex Schulte picks it up and runs it down to the 4-yard line. Eagles would take advantage on their very next play. Ike Irish, the sophomore quarterback, in from 4 yards out. We had a 7-7 ball game. Rockford led 10-7 at the break in the third quarter. Hudsonville facing 3rd and 3 from their own 15-yard line. The snap is low. Ball's on the turf. Logan Wirt falls on it for Rockford. Rams in business. Senior fullback Jaden Friesen in from a yard out. Rockford alone in first place in the OK Red with a 17-7 win over Hudsonville. Grand Rapids Christian hosting South Christian. Big rivalry at Eagle Stadium. Close game, fourth quarter. South Christian, the hand to Eli Smith on the jet, makes some would-be tacklers miss at the line of scrimmage and gets loose for the big gain and the touchdown. South Christian with a 1-point lead with 11 minutes to go. Time ticking down late in the game. Grand Rapids Christian driving. Big gain here. Thad Gamble, the standout senior running back, all the way down to the South 26-yard line. A little bit later, Easton Hardaway to Luke Harrison. Muscles his way into the end zone with 9 seconds left. That's the game winner. Grand Rapids Christian improves to 5-2 with a 27-20 win over South Christian.
I'm Alex Sims from the Lansing area. Now to Fowlerville, where the Gladiators play host to the St. John's Red Wings. St. John's trailing 21-14 in the third, and boy, did the rain affect this one. Red Wings had a chance to tie here before a big-time cough-up that keeps the Gladiators in the lead, but the Red Wings would not give up with just 2 minutes to go in the game. Jamin Medlock with the big-time score for St. John's, and it looks like overtime, but wait. The snap on the game-tying extra point is high. The Red Wings had no choice but to fall on it, and Fowlerville pulls off the miracle win in the monsoon. The Gladiators were going to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Now over to Mason, where the Bulldogs host Williamson. First, it looked like Williamson was going to rain on the Bulldogs parade, but Mason came up with a big play on special teams. Willie coughs up the football on the punt, and Chance Strickland is there to pounce on it. That leads to a Mason touchdown, and then Bulldogs with the ball back. Check out this play by Strickland. He breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3. He will not go down. What an effort by the junior quarterback. That leads to, you guessed it, Strickland on the QB keeper into the end zone and into your living room. Another touchdown for the Bulldogs. And Mason wins the CAAC Red outright. They take down Williamston 20-9, the final.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and let's head over to Division I Girls Regionals from the Lynx at Novi, where we had 11 teams competing for their chance at a shot for a state title. 3 teams and 3 individuals would advance to East Lansing. Emma Mulder from Temperance Bedford and Cammie Tirico of Ann Arbor Skyline both shot 84 and move on. Megan Kozlowski of Salem had the best individual score. Watch here as she drains this long birdie try. We had two top teams in the state competing here today. Northville's number 1, Caitlin Tokaraz, would shoot a 6th best 79 on the day and helped her team finish with a final score of 313 thanks to putts like these. Plymouth's Bridget Boskar would have the 2nd best score of the round. The sophomore shot a 74 and she sank this 12-foot putt for par. Her team finished 2nd with a 336. And rounding out our final team spot in this regional is Ann Arbor Pioneer. Amaya Melendez had the 4th best round of the day. She shot a 77. Watch here as she's so close to sinking this one from the fringe. Her team finished with a 357 on the day.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. This past week, the city of Southfield had their grand opening of Centropolis Accelerator's very own state-of-the-art facility right here on campus, open for the public to come and check it out.
We have a brand new facility here for the Centropolis Accelerator. It's 6,300 square feet. It combines co-working space and dedicated office space for small manufacturers and hardware entrepreneurs with a technology lab that is focused on digital and physical prototyping.
Featured at the event was a tour of the product design lab, 3D printers, augmented and virtual reality product development tools, and much, much more. But aside from being on Lawrence Tech grounds, this new facility has many benefits for the university as a whole.
Lawrence Tech is all about design, engineering, prototyping, and manufacturing. And so it's a natural fit for the accelerator to partner in collaboration with the City of Southfield and Lawrence Tech because it has the same kind of DNA. The students, the faculty are all in that mode of working with companies in design, so it's a great fit.
To find out more about the Centropolis Accelerator state-of-the-art facility, visit ltu.edu today.
You have a say in helping determine who wins 2 of the most coveted awards in high school football by voting for the State Champs Mr. Football and Amble Awards presented by Hungry Howie's. Who will join the ranks of previous Mr. Footballs such as DeQuan Finn, Cody White, and Alex Malzone? In 2018, Marcel Lewis was the Amble's first champ. Who's next to be the top linebacker or lineman in Michigan? Keep up with both races by watching our weekly updates on State Champs social media. Vote for Mr. Football and the Amble Award at statechampsnetwork.com.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to sit here and eat this delicious pizza?
We could do other things.
A little help?
That was the best day ever! Some people will do anything for flavor. Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry?
Howie's! State Champs High School Sports Show is Southeast Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights. Welcome back to State Champs. Time to showcase some MAC Silver football for this week's main event. 2 teams having terrific seasons, explosive offenses, and stingy defenses. Both teams 6-0 coming in. Marine City versus St. Clair. Both had solid runs in last year's playoffs. The Saints advanced to D4 regionals. Marine City, state semifinalists. We head to where what some consider the home of the 6th Great Lake. To St. Clair we go. Battle for the Bell Trophy 2019. 2 undefeated teams meeting, and you knew something had to give. Marine City and St. Clair both share the same field, East China Stadium. The winner of this one would own at least a share of the MAC Silver title. Let's go. The Marine City defense giving up just 8 points a game, relentless. Proving my point on the opening play of the game, the sophomore Wyatt Walker picks off the Brady Gleason pass, takes it down to the Saints' 5-yard line. That led to a short TD run by the senior co-captain Aaron Sopp. Mariners led 7-0. 7 minutes to go in the half. Wyatt's brother, senior quarterback Colby Walker, dumps it off to Angelo Patasalas, the other senior co-captain trotting 69 yards to the house. Mariners now up 14. St. Clair looking for any momentum before they hit the locker room. Gleason connects with Evan Krusky. He gets it inside the red zone. That led to a 25-yard field goal by the senior Sean Donaldson. Saints went into halftime down 14-3.
You got one half of football, and you remember this the rest of your life. Don't have any regrets. Don't have any regrets. What's the score? 0-0. Let's go. 0-0. Let's go.
All Marine City second half. They ran the ball 26 times. Sopp once again bulldozing his way down to the St. Clair 1. Few plays later, the sophomore Charles Tiger takes the snap. He's in. Marine City with a comfortable lead, 21-3. They kept adding to it. Sopp punching it in for his second rushing score. He finished the night with 113 yards rushing as a team, the Mariners, rushed for 206 yards just in the second half. The Bell Trophy heading back to Marine City. They beat their rival St. Clair 35-10. Mariners remain undefeated at 7-0 and own at least a share of the MAC Silver.
Time now for the MHSAA Clip of the Week. We've got a viewer submission from Rhonda Hudson. Her daughter Grace from Battle Creek Lakeview took first in the 200 and 500 freestyle at the All-City meet in Battle Creek last weekend. That's your MHSAA Clip of the Week.
That's all the time we have, guys, but if you have a clip you'd like considered as a Clip of the Week, do as Rhonda Hudson did and email us on the contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. Just click Media and Schedule on the homepage and then Team Contact.
Super easy. Playoff race is really heating up next week. Join us here for all the action. We'll see you next time on State Champs. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner and official military branch of the MHSAA. My Student Aid, Michigan's go-to resource for student financial aid. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And Sneth Camp Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, serving Metro Detroit since 1926.